Good afternoon. Myself, Priya N. Gopi, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, VVIT. Today, I am going to present on the topic Environmental Impact Assessment. Environmental Impact Assessment, or EIA, is one of the successful policy innovation of the 20th century for environmental conservation. 37 years ago, there was no EIA, but today it is a formal process in many countries and is currently practiced in more than 100 countries. Then, the definition of EIA. Environmental impact assessment is a process used to predict the ecological consequences of a developed project. In other words, it is a study to evaluate all the predictable outcomes and find the best economical way to carry out the project so that it remains beneficial for all. Then, what is the purpose of EIA? EIA promotes sustainable development by identifying environmental sound practice and mitigation measures for development to ensure the environmental consequences were taken into account during planning, designing, decision making process. Then, what are the major procedures that we use in EIA? First one is project proposal, screening, scoping, baseline data collection, impact prediction and assessment alternatives, EIA report, public hearing, decision making, and last monitoring. Then we are going to discuss about the major process that we are using in EIA. First one is screening. It is a first stage which determines whether the project inquires EIA. It is on the basis of investment so that the small project can be kept away from the tangles of a complicated process. But even small projects can be serve environmental impact. Moreover, the technology involved can be harmful to the environment. The second process is scoping. It means it engaging in discussions with the stakeholders, communities, and the local people. In this process, the future conflicts and issues which may arise are generally tackled. Taking the opinion of the local community is one of the major tasks of this stage. Still, it is hardly given any service considerations. Then, the next process is public hearing. Public hearing is similar to scoping. Public must be consulted on the proposed development project, but the truth is hardly any advice are considered by the authorities. It is just another procedure to follow, which is generally ignored most of the time. Then the appraisal. This step involves an expert advice and available data and review by the competent authority such as SPCB. In many cases, there is reliable data available, making this stage ineffective, and is and in some instances, the review authority lack of people social services. Sometimes false data are also produced by the owners regarding biodiversities, trees, land use, etc. And this is the flow chart of EIA process. Here includes the regulation, screening, scoping, approval, then the execution, submission, then review of the draft, then the proponent start, compliance of mitigation, and finally the approval of the EIA report. Then we can discuss about what are the externalities of EIA. First one is positive externalities. New jobs generated, economical growth stimulated, growth of local business enterprises supported, development of supporting and complementary industries, influx of capital and disposable income. Then the negative externalities. The negative externalities include social impacts and environmental impacts. The social impacts includes impacts on health of local population, increase in crime and deviant behavior, additional pressure on the existing physical infrastructure, for examples, sewage, water supply, etc., change cultural values. And the environmental impacts include depletion of natural resources, destruction of habitats, change in pH, oxygen level, toxicity of water, global warming, and ozone depletion. Then we are going to discuss about environmental impact assessment in India. In India, EIA of Development Project was first started in 1977 when the Department of Science and Technology took up environmental appraisal of river valley projects. Subsequently, various other projects were brought under the review of EIA. It was, however, in 1994 when EIA was made mandatory in India under the Environmental Project Act 1986. The Ministry of Environmental and Forest, Government of India, has prepared environmental guidance to help the project proponents to work out an EIA. Guidelines have been prepared to bring out specific information on the environmental required for environmental clearance. The agencies, which are primarily responsible for the respective sectors, are closely involved in preparing the guidelines. The River Valley projects, thermal power projects, mining project, ports and harbors, developed beaches, highways, railways projects are the sectors for which guidelines have already been prepared. These guidelines basically consist of accepts regarding planning and implementation of the development of the project. The project where EIA is mandatory and is required clearance from central government as of now. EIA clearance is required for 30 categories of industries in India. Then, what are the benefits and flows of EIA? The benefits of EIA include provide systematic method of impact assessment, estimate the cost, facilitates the public participations, provides an effective mechanism for coordination, environmental integration, negotiations, feedback, top level decision making, achieves a balance between the impact of development and environmental concern. Then what are the faults? Time consuming, it's very costly, little public participation in actual implementation, unavailability for reliable data, mostly in developed countries. To focus to scientific analysis, compliance monitoring after EIA is seldom carried out. And finally, the conclusion. The Environmental Impact Assessment or EIA is very beneficial step to check whether the project is environmental friendly or not. Since economic development is result of interaction between the natural resources and technology supported by the design for people. So all human activity should be economic, social and environmental friendly. Thank you.